welcome back to my channel, and in today's vlog I wanted to discuss a really anxiety-inducing subject, I would say, and that subject is all about the expectations that we are placing on this whole journey of us transforming from what we are today into what we will become after the jaw surgery and the brace when the whole treatment is finished. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I recently joined this Facebook group called UK Jaw Surgery Support or something. It was really interesting to see what people have to say, to see where they are in their jaw surgery journeys, and it was interesting to see what they are going through, what stage of the journey they're at, and I also commented on a couple of posts with the knowledge that I've gathered so far, hoping to be at least a little bit helpful. The thing is, interestingly, the majority of posts were about how excited people were about the jaw surgery, and fair enough, it's a great thing to be excited about, but yeah, I can't say anything about that. And yeah, definitely, it's like a really great thing. You're basically doing a plastic surgery. Okay, I know that me saying plastic surgery is going to cause some drama, but in a way it is, though this aesthetic side of things is a side effect of fixing the functionality problems of our jaws. People are going for it for both reasons, and the aesthetics of it, I truly believe, is the biggest portion of that. And so having all these amazing expectations about the transformations and journey is one thing, but the reality of this journey is leading up until the jaw surgery. In UK specifically, when you are doing it through NHS, is honestly heartbreaking for me, and obviously for everyone who's gone through the same thing. So what I'm trying to say here is that when you're doing jaw surgery on NHS, the whole journey can take up to 5-6 years, and that's before COVID. And this year, surgeries get postponed all the time. I'm seeing so many comments online, people being just so devastated about the fact that their jaw surgeries are being either delayed or postponed 5 to 6 times in a row. The amount of emotional instability it's causing among people who are placing such huge expectations on the whole thing is just crazy. It's disheartening. It's just so difficult to see how frustrated everyone is with the whole system, you know. But I can't blame them, because of course if you believe that something is just going to change everything for you, of course you will be waiting for it to happen. And if something goes wrong, of course you'll feel really desperate and you feel really frustrated. But what I'm seeing is that the amount of this frustration is just so huge, and it's just really painful to see. In my opinion, personally, the best way to approach this thing, whether you're going for jaw surgery on NHS or you're going for a private route, whether you are in UK or anywhere else around the world, I think the best thing you can do for yourself is to just not place any expectations on it at all. Try to consider it as one of those things that will happen at some point, and is happening because you're on the way for it to happen. And if it doesn't happen today, it can happen next week, or if the surgery gets delayed by a couple of months, it's not such a big deal. However, if you have those expectations and you're placing on the surgery to happen this week and everything is just, your life doesn't depend on it, you know, I think the best thing to do is just to know that it's happening and to try and be as calm as you can about all the delays and all this negative things that happened in between. And I know they're happening, and knowing that they're happening for everyone, it's not just you, you know. It's a major part of making this journey more enjoyable for yourself and less dramatic and stressful. For me personally, I went through a couple of stages of being extremely excited and overly obsessed about this thing, because I've been trying to fix my jaws for a long time, and it has been bothering me, and I just couldn't find a way of fixing it before. And I remember when I finally found that there was a way to fix this, and that was late November or something last year. I remember I couldn't sleep for about a month, being so excited about the whole thing, but then I saw how difficult the whole thing is, and I saw how frustrating it can be. And when I saw what I saw, like everything that I talked in my previous videos and all the information that I'm getting on almost a daily basis on Instagram of people going through it, on Facebook, on those groups, of seeing people discussing their frustrations or their results or their unhappiness and or excitement, you know, just gathering all this information, processing it. I don't know, it changed something for me. I personally am not excited about it at all. I just want to be done with it, and I don't see it as this major freaking thing that will just be a groundbreaking moment for me in my life. To me, that there's just a couple of things that make me happy, and there's a couple of personal development goals that I have for myself. One of them, I'd like to get a house at some point in London. I'd like to maintain my current relationship on a really good level. I want to progress career-wise. Like, these things make me happy, these things make me truly happy, and know they do, you know. And I also am getting a golden retriever puppy in about 6 months time, right after the surgery actually. And truly, for me, that is the most exciting thing, that our child's literally everything. So for me, this freaking jaw surgery thing is just a roadblock before I can focus on doing other things that are important to me, if that makes sense. And I am just literally yeah, I'm just focusing on that. I'm not even thinking about it. And like, the jaw surgery for me is like, yeah, like I said, it's just a roadblock before I can just do other things. It's just one of those things, like I think I mentioned it before, I just wouldn't be, I don't think I would be happy with time, when time goes by and I get older, that I won't be as happy with myself as I would have been, I think, if I just didn't even start this journey. Just knowing that there is a solution, that not for me, and not doing anything about it is like, why am I not doing it? So that's why I'm doing it now, and I'm just trying to get it out of the way for me to focus on other things. Okay, so last thing that I wanted to mention is the fact that, yeah, placing all these expectations on this thing is one thing, surgery being delayed and just destroying all your mental health within one day is another thing. But what is the next level thing above all of that is, there's so many people who are just not happy with the results that they got. It's crazy. And it's not, the thing is, I understand that some people are subjective and they see things in themselves that they don't like, and then other people don't really notice those things. That's one side of things. But I've personally seen some cases where I was like, what was even the point of doing the surgery? Because, like, honestly, the result is not noticeable at all. You know, sometimes it's not noticeable when a person is smiling, and then when they're smiling you can see some difference. But okay, that's one thing. But another thing is just, sometimes there's just no difference at all, and I'm like, what? Like, it must be so heartbreaking for those people, because surely they know that nothing truly changed. Maybe like a little thing that's just not visibly noticeable. It's like, oh, so awful. Like, it's like, I feel so sorry for those guys, because first, it's a lot of stress, a lot of mental health, a lot of money, a lot of time wasted on something that wasn't fixed. And all this, coming back to the expectation side of things, like, oh my god, imagine that. Imagine you waited for 5 years. Okay, imagine you waited for 2 years for the surgery, and then you are doing it on NHS and then it gets delayed 4 times, and then the result is just not there, or the result is not as good as you thought it would be. And I'm talking about not just the immediate result, because you can't see it, right? You can't see anything. The actual result will show after like a year, but I'm talking about, like, I don't know, the middle ground here is like 6 months post-op if you're not seeing drastic changes or the changes you expected to see. It's like, just, this is the worst. I think this is so bad. Managing your own expectations and being as realistic as you could be about the whole thing is the best thing you can do for yourself. And I think my thoughts are based on all the stuff I've read, all the videos I've watched, and all the pictures I've seen, and it's like super subjective. But it's really fucked up. This thing changes you. I was talking to somebody a couple of days ago, and you know, this whole process changes you. You start thinking about things you never thought of before. You start seeing all these weird, tiny imperfections that you've never noticed before, and you're just focusing on them so much. For example, a little shift of the midline. Like, what the hell is midline? I never thought about midline in my life, and then I'm seeing some people stressing over the fact that their midline started shifting a little bit after the surgery because their orthodontist made a mistake. It might reverse the effect of the surgery, and I'm like, what the you know, you're working, doctors you're working on are responsible for the results of your surgery, right? But at the same time, if they make a mistake, I think you're signing paperwork, and if they make a mistake, I don't think it will be on them. If they make a mistake at any point of the treatment process and just something goes wrong, and I'm talking about not you dying, but like something is not as perfect as it could be, and it can't be fixed, it's on them, but it's not, and you will have to probably pay again to get it fixed, I think. And this is another part that freaks me out. It's like, okay, so I'm trusting this surgeon and I'm trusting this doctor with myself, and I'm putting a lot of effort into this process, not just effort, but a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money, a lot of everything. And then if they're having a bad day and they just don't notice something, or I don't know, just something happens and it just reverses everything, not fully, by a little bit, and it's not like it may not be like a reversible mistake or something. It's like, what the fuck, right? It's awful. It's like, there's so many things that can go wrong, but also there's so many things that can go right. But thing is, I'm seeing all these cases of people being worried about things and things going wrong, and I'm like, oh my god, you can get into this negative bubble and just stay there, and it's like, I don't know, it just brings you down. I think it makes you more realistic about things. I think it kind of helps manage your expectations. You're not like wearing this pink glasses thinking that life will be changed for the better forever the day after the jaw surgery, or you know, no, it's not like that. And yeah, we just have to be careful with everything. Anyway, I didn't film anything else. I just talked throughout the whole video, and I'm so sorry I didn't film much this week. I've been working a lot, and yeah, I think my next videos hopefully will be a little bit more interesting and insightful, but I just needed to vent, and I'm hoping that my vent helped you in some way. And yeah, thanks guys, see you next time, bye.